Welcome, one and all. How are you doing today? It is I, Professor Nez. If you want to learn how to grow your YouTube channel, get some unbelievable hacks and strategies, you want to come on back because we've got an amazing show for you today. It's Nez Nation Live, only for you, YouTube. So make sure you come on back. Hello, welcome to Nez Nation Live. I haven't gone live on YouTube in quite some time, and if you're new to my channel, I am Professor Nez, personal branding coach, executive career coach, online business strategist, and I'm really excited about today's show. Let me know in the chat where you're joining us from, and make sure you please smash that smash button. I'm going to be talking to you today about YouTube growth strategies. Now, I want to caveat all this by just saying I am not a YouTube expert. I don't claim to be a YouTube expert, but I have been building my business and brand on YouTube over the last 3 years, taking it very seriously. My channel has grown quite well. I'm very satisfied. I'm very happy with my channel growth. I'm very happy with everything that's been going on. And I just thought I would share with you today some of the tips and strategies that I have been using and I have been implementing, because it's not that much different than a lot of personal branding. It's not that much different than, how you build an audience, how you build a community, how you build the business on other platforms. And so there is some nuance, obviously, and there is some art and science to it, but it's really, I think you're going to find a lot of similarities, and it's going to be really powerful. So I'm really excited about that. Hey, good to see you, Roz. I can't seem to find your comment over here on YouTube, but I do see that you're there. Hey, good to see you. Oh, you're going to be doing your live very shortly. Okay, very cool. Awesome. Good to see you, Roz. How are you today? Make sure you smash that smash button before you go. I'd really appreciate it. And I will be sharing this on Twitter right now. It's so good to see you. What are you going to be talking about? That's awesome that you're going live. And so here's what I want to do. And you can mention in the title that there's some really cool. I mean, YouTube has just been doing a phenomenal job of helping out their creators, especially lately. There's a huge new update that I think is a major game changer. There's a huge new update in analytics. What I'd like to do is I'd like to probably do a screen share and just show you myself, because I think it's going to be super powerful. And so I'm really excited and thrilled to be sharing that with you guys today. Let me know in the chat how many of you have been uploading to YouTube, what your YouTube experience has been and what it's been like. There you are, Roz. I can see your comment right there. Perfect. It's good to see you, Roz. I haven't seen you in a long time. I have not gone live on YouTube in quite some time, so I'm really excited about this. I'm gonna go ahead and share this out to my Facebook group as well. Just bear with me, and then we're gonna jump right into it. I've got almost 300 uploads right now. And it's just been phenomenal. The amount that I've learned just in the last 36 months is I almost feel like I am kind of a YouTube expert, even though I would never claim to be one. And my go-to guy, which I know a lot of you guys love, would definitely be somebody like, Nick Nimmin, who I think I could attribute probably 90% of my success on the platform to Nick Nimmin. He's just been phenomenal, phenomenal inspiration, a phenomenal mentor in this space. And so that's something that I'm really I've learned so much from that awesome creator. And just really, I'm a big fan of self-education. And so I want to jump right into it. I don't want to waste any time. And I really want to make sure that we understand. First of all, you got to understand that if you want to build your personal brand in 2020 and beyond, especially now during this trying time that we're facing here, we're coming up on the kind of, Q2 is going to be coming upon us very shortly, of 2020. Video. I've said this a million times. Video is literally synonymous with 21st century communications. This has been a huge accelerator of trust with me and my audience and me and my clients. I run a personal branding agency where we help clients, individuals, and businesses with their brand, and getting their message out there so they can earn more, grow faster, and stress less. And so, hey, Larry Snow is in the house. Good to see you, Larry. Hey, there he is, Neil. Yeah, I know. You know what's funny, Neil? You're absolutely right. It was funny. I almost wasn't going to do it. And then I got Super Dave's tweet, who was like, just so excited that I might be going live on YouTube. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And I'm super, super excited to do it and get in here. It's been a long time since I've gone live on YouTube. So make sure as you're coming in, Nez Nation, that you smash that smash button, and make sure you share this out. As I was saying, building your brand. There goes the glasses. I know you guys miss me. And somebody let Flash know I'm wearing his shirt. Somebody get Flash in here. Let Flash know I'm wearing his shirt. #FlashFam in the house. You see, Nez Nation, it's all about community. It's all about community. And we've got these amazing, amazing creators in the chat right here. Larry's a great creator. I know Neil's channel has been blowing up. And by the way, I'm going to be leaving the link in the chat. If you're interested in coming in and talking, I'm going to do a little bit of my kind of spiel. But if you're interested in coming in on the stream, I would love to have you come on in. And so I'm going to go ahead and pin that as the, let's see, can I pin that? I want to pin that. Let's see. I should be able to pin that. And so I'm gonna let's see if I can do that on StreamYard. Anyway, here's the link to join is right there, and I would love to. I can put myself in timeout. There you go, Dave. There's Super Dave right there. Good to see you, Super Dave. How are you? Yeah, I was actually hoping you would, Neil. I was hoping you would. There's a couple of things you can see in the title here. Make sure you smash the smash. You can see in the title here that there's also a new YouTube analytics update. And I just want to say this. I'm going to get into the growth strategies and hacks. And I know, again, I just want to caveat, I know that there's a lot of people out there who've got a ton more experience on this platform than I do. Again, I don't claim to be a YouTube expert, but I have been journeying and loving the process, loving my own growth, loving my steady but really exponential rise in, all the important analytics and metrics that matter to me. And I'm here to share what I can, because again, it really has a lot to do with very, very core general macro concepts that you can apply to anything. Even though there's an art and science to YouTube, YouTube really does a lot more than any other platform. As a matter of fact, YouTube does a lot to help creators out. So I'm really, really excited to start this stream with you. Yeah, I'm unshaven. It's Saturday here on the West Coast Pacific in the United States. And I know I don't look my best, but I've just been so excited with, my numbers. And I know, Neil, you've been doing fantastic. Super excited for you and everybody else who's watching and listening. And so I really, really just couldn't help myself. I had to go live, and I'm only going live on YouTube. It's just you guys, Nez Nation, here on YouTube. I know you guys know I do multi-streaming. I've been really going heavy on LinkedIn Live. I'm only going live right here on YouTube for you. So I'm really excited to share this with you. And so make sure, I'm going to leave I left the link. I left the comment in the, I don't know why I can't pin that. I'm trying to pin it. Can you pin that, Neil, since you're a mod, or Larry? I should be able to pin that. Why can't I pin that? It's not letting me pin the comment. But anyway, the comment will be in there. And so make sure that you go, if you're interested in joining and talking about your journey. Maybe you've been doing some things that can help us and inspire our audience. I just think this is an absolutely fantastic platform. Is that Kenneth Dunner right there from Sugar Land, Texas? Kenneth Dunner in the house. Make sure you smash that smash button, hit that like button, and share this out. Gary Cantrell, so great to see you. Gary, you're going to get a lot out of this video, a ton out of this video. You got to stick around, Gary. And again, I left the link in the comments if you're interested in joining. I'll be bringing people in about 15 minutes. I want to do a couple of things and just talk about a few things about my growth and my journey on YouTube. And then I'm happy to bring in people. So give it like maybe 10, 15 minutes, maybe a little bit faster. I'll try to speed this up. I think that this is such a phenomenal platform. I think that YouTube has literally helped my business exponentially as far as lead gen, as far as brand equity, brand awareness, being able to demonstrate in a 3-dimensional picture who I am, what I can do, and how I can solve problems. When I first started on YouTube back in 2016, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I just thought, well, you just post videos and, here you go. I was incredibly inspired by creators like, Nick Nimmin, #Niminati. Leave #Niminati in the chat because I know y'all know Nick, and Nick has been just a huge paramount figure in my YouTube growth and my YouTube journey. I know as he has for all of you guys. And I'll leave a link to his channel in the description down below. Nick, if you're out there, love you, brother. Hope to see you. Hope everybody's safe. I hope all you guys, Nez Nation, are safe, by the way. And so I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know the power of SEO. I didn't know the power of description, writing a really detailed, specific description. I didn't know anything about tags. I didn't even realize, the magnitude and the amount of effort that needs to be put in with researching your topic, thumbnails, titles, descriptions, tags, the marketing, the distribution. There's a lot that goes into it. I've got over 300 uploads on my YouTube channel, and I'm going to share with you my analytics. I'm gonna definitely share with you my analytics. Is that Scully's House of Thrillers? Oh man, it's so good to see you, man. How are you? Great to see you. Scully's House of Thrillers in the house. He's got an awesome channel. How are you, sir? So good to see you. Gary says, I tried to join. I don't think it's compatible with my iPad Pro. It said it couldn't find my camera. Interesting. Yeah, you know what? I'm not sure what the compatibility is with iPad Pro if it couldn't find your camera. Maybe if you have an Apple, you might need to enable the settings, Gary. Okay, so you might need to go into your user settings and allow StreamYard, which is the platform, by the way, that I use specifically, which if you're interested, by the way, if you're interested in, I've been live streaming for 5+ years, early adopter of Twitter Live, Facebook Live. I've been going live for a very, very long time, over 1,000 broadcasts. I've tried them all, and this is the number one platform that I choose to use, which is StreamYard, and I'll leave a link to that. In the description down below. Okay, so I hope that will help you. So here's what I want to talk about. This is really important. So good to see you guys. Please make sure you smash that smash and share this out. So I didn't understand the art and science of this. I mean, I didn't understand the reach that you can have, being that YouTube is owned by Google. I didn't understand that, there is a definite methodology. There is a definite nuance to this specific platform, YouTube, that you need to understand before you even start uploading, before you even start researching. Because if you just upload haphazardly and you're just uploading videos without a lot of thought to it, without considering the number one thing that has been the cornerstone to my growth, which is your audience, that you're going to be in a lot of trouble. And so that was my kind of first, and I think most YouTubers, and I'm very reticent to call myself a YouTuber. But I have been doing this for a very long time, and I love it. I love the process. A lot of YouTubers don't even love the process. I love the editing. I love creating the thumbnails. I love the marketing of it. I love the distribution of it. I love the research. I literally love every molecule of being a content creator on this platform, and just the things that I've learned in the last 36 months of taking this to a whole nother level and taking this seriously. It's just been phenomenal. And so I would say one of the things that you need to understand before you want to grow on this platform and you want to really build a very lasting brand, understand what your intention is, know your why, understand, really set the right expectations. This is not going to happen overnight. A lot of people think, well, if I just want to be a YouTuber, all I need to do is start creating videos, post them, they're going to go viral, and I'm going to make $1 million. Not even close. It takes years. It takes a long time to craft your channel. It takes a long time to understand what's working, what's not working, who my audience is, what my audience wants, what makes them want to keep watching, what makes them want to click. CTR. You need to have a very balanced, hopefully high CTR rate on your channel, or else you're going to be lost in the sea of YouTube channels. And so it really took a long time for me to understand these things. And once I understood these things, and once I put in the work and I learned from such great masters, as I mentioned, like Nick and others, and there's a lot of them out there, really what it boils down to is visual storytelling. You've got to be able to work on your craft, stumble, mumble, fumble, fail as much as you can, because there's so much that you can learn from. You can go to my channel and, obviously stick around and watch this, but after this, go check out my first 50 videos. And I think a lot of YouTubers will agree with me. My first 50 videos, absolute crap, like garbage to the nth degree. And I still think, even though I'm getting to a level I think is very, very poignant and powerful, I still think I've got a long way to go. And my channel's growing very beautifully. I'm very blessed. I'm very lucky. This platform is awesome, y'all. I can't tell you how many clients, talk about lead generation. I can't tell you how many clients. I can't tell you. That's another thing too, is you got to have the right expectations for what really matters. It's about impact. It's not about views. It's not about subscribers. It's not about likes. It's not about that in the beginning. In the beginning, it should all be about, how do I make a video that's extremely powerful, one that keeps me inspired, but also one that actually serves a very specific audience, right? Obviously, I want to reach as many people as I can. And I think that my content is definitely relatable to multiple different demographics and psychographics. But in the beginning, you want to try to very much so niche down and get very specific as to what your value is and what you bring to the table, and create content around your kind of vision, and then cater that so that the audience will keep watching, clicking, make sure that they stick around, share it out, and watch your videos over and over again. And that's the key. Sometimes I get clients, and I get, even colleagues and what have you will talk about how, well, I only have this many subscribers, or gosh, my videos aren't getting too many views. And then I go look at their channel and they're getting comments like, hey, Lewis, you changed my life. Or, hey, Dave, I love this video. I was sad today and your video uplifted me. You got to focus on what really matters initially. Okay. And so if you want to grow on YouTube, it's been my experience that, number one, you've got to set the right expectations. This is a long haul. This is not going to happen in the first 8 months, first 3 months, definitely not in the first couple of months. It's going to take months and years and months and years to really get growing. I'm not saying that it can't happen fast for a lot of people, and you can't have a channel that gets a lot of notoriety and gets some super fast growth. That does happen, but for the most part, it takes a very, very long time, and you have to be patient, and you should be honing your craft. You should be honing your craft initially. That's what you should be doing. And so, that's number one. Number one is set the right expectations. The second growth strategy, the second growth hack that I have, when it comes to YouTube, is pay very close attention to what's working. you need to understand that, YouTube analytics, the analytics that YouTube gives you is probably the most powerful, database of information for content creators on the entire planet. It's probably the most powerful database of information. You can find out not only exactly where people are coming from, not only how old they are, not only where exactly they're finding your videos, but you can find out things like how long they're watching, where are they breaking off, where are they leaving, where are they bouncing off your video, how often they're watching your video. It's insane the amount of stuff that you can. It's insane the amount of information that you can find if you go pay attention to your YouTube analytics. Hey, Gary, I see you in the green room. Give me just a second. I'm going to bring Gary in on the chat. It's so fantastic. Larry says, I started in 2009. It didn't click with me until 2016. Hey, look at Mr. Beast. Look at Mr. Beast. I mean, Mr. Beast had been uploading since for 10 years? And Mr. Beast just blew up, this last year? I mean, it's unbelievable. Yes, Scully's House of Thrillers, you're absolutely right. Nick and D absolutely rock. So great to see you guys. Look who's here. You do it. Big John is in the house. Great to see you, John. Make sure you smash the smash button and share this out. He's got a lot to say about YouTube growth. I know that. Thank you, KD. KD says, all your videos are magnificent. No garbage ever. Well, I certainly think so. And I'm so glad that you do too, KD. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's awesome. So that's number 2. Number 2 is listen to your audience. YouTube analytics is phenomenal. I'm going to share, you got to watch till the end. A little bit later, I'm going to go through, I'm going to actually screen share and show my analytics and show what's happening, how to read your analytics from a small YouTube channel, even though I hate that phrase, small YouTube. There is no such thing as a small YouTube channel. But I'm going to go and screen share and share my analytics and talk to you about what the new update is, which is, I think, the biggest game changer, probably the best news of 2020. I mean, 2020 hasn't really given us a lot of good news, but probably the best news of 2020 is this new update in analytics. And then, and then I'm going to also show you some of the different, I'm going to demonstrate to you how analytics can inform your content creation and your video uploads and really growing as fast as you can on this awesome platform with data-informed decisions. Okay, before I bring Gary in, I want to just say number 3. So number 1 was set your expectations. Number 2 was listen to your audience, right? Number 3, this has been the biggest game changer for me. I want to get some of this content out because I know if you don't put the content out in the beginning, this is another really good detail and a really good tip. Don't wait forever to get to the good stuff. A lot of people save their best stuff for last. I say give them the dessert. You should have a dessert first mentality. Give them the dessert up front. People will leave. People don't have the attention span of a gnat on acid. I don't know that many gnats on acid. but I'm telling you, I think most people, Gary's laughing in the green room. He knows what I'm talking about. People have the attention span of a gnat on acid. And so you got to get your stuff out there quick, y'all. Quick, or else they're gone like Donkey Kong. Amos Cardoza, good to see you. How are you, sir? Great to see you. Stopping in to say hi. Make sure you smash that smash button. I really appreciate it. Number 3, this has been the biggest game changer for me. Yeah, Neil, you can come in anytime too. This has been the biggest game changer for me. Pay attention to what's happening in the current climate, current landscape. Pay attention to trending topics and see how your specific channel and theme of your channel can relate to that and pounce. What do I mean by that? Well, if you look at my past 2 months of upload history, and these videos are performing so well, we've been going through a major COVID crisis. What's happening? People have to work from home. They're stuck at home. They're quarantined. They need to learn how to use these new platforms like Zoom, video conferencing, camera branding. How do I work from home? How do I search for jobs and gigs during this coronavirus pandemic? I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. I'm probably going to get this channel demonetized now just for saying that. YouTube can be a little bit volatile with a little bit picky-nicky with certain phrases that you use. That wasn't intentional, YouTube. Don't ban me. Don't ban this video. But paying attention to trendy topics, and when I say trendy, I mean, that's kind of a bad way of putting it, but just topics that are gaining in search, which you can go to Google Trends. And if you have an awesome tool like TubeBuddy, which TubeBuddy has been an awesome tool for me, I've got a link in the description down below. If you want to sign up for TubeBuddy using my link, it's totally free. You can try it out. You can find out what people are searching for. You can find out what people are interested in learning about, right? Education, entertainment, information. That's what your channel should be about. If you can do all three, you're on fire. So this is, if you look at my last 6 to 10 uploads, they've all been revolving around the challenge of what we're facing right now in the current landscape and how to solve those challenges. So that, I mean, I'm telling you right now, number 3 has been an absolutely, I mean, it's changed everything for me. It's literally turned my channel upside down, and the views, the growth, because I'm catering my message, I'm catering my videos to very current problems and challenges that my audience faces today, and also make sure you're creating searchable content. By the way, YouTube is a search platform. Google owns YouTube. The largest search engine on the planet is Google. The second largest search engine on the planet, you guessed it, is YouTube. This is a search engine. So you need to create searchable content. And this is where, if you can tap into what's happening in the current landscape and you create searchable content with the right title that you research and keywords, and you've got a dope thumbnail that really draws them in and increases your CTR, holy macadamia nut, the sky's the limit. So that's what I wanted to kind of get those 3, because I know a lot of people talk about, I'm not going to go deep into titles or thumbnails or tags or watch time or session time. There's so many videos out there, and Nick's done every video known on planet Earth. I wanted to talk about things that I've been using recently that have helped me elevate my game on YouTube. So great to see you guys. Okay, I'm going to bring in Gary first, and then I'm going to bring in Neil in just a second. Yo, Gary, what in the world is up, dude? Neil, hang back. I'm going to bring you in just a second. What's up, brother? How are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you great. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can hear you. Absolutely. Fantastic, man. What's going on? How are you? I know you've been, dude, I've been watching you, man. You don't think I've been watching you, but I've been watching you. I know that sounds freaky.
Hard, brother. I've been working hard, man.
No, but I love it. I just want to say before, if you don't, and by the way, I want you to introduce yourself to our Nez Nation audience, obviously. Give Gary a big thumbs up. Give him a huge emoji in the chat. Gary he's been on the podcast before, I think a couple of years ago now. I can't believe it's been that long.
Almost 2 years ago.
Almost 2 years. That's insane. He's got a killer vlog. He's got a killer podcast. I'm going to let him talk a little bit more about it. But tell our Nez Nation audience, Gary, a little bit about you and what you do, and then I'll bring Neil in right after that.
Oh, thank you. And then I have a question as well after, if you have a moment.
I would love to answer it. You know, I'm a YouTube expert, man.
That's exactly.
I'm gonna add Guru. Neil's gonna laugh at this. I'm gonna add Guru, Professor Nez, YouTube Guru. That's my new thing, man.
I love it. And that's exactly why I'm here. I'll give a brief background, and then I'll pivot right to you, my brother. But I'm Gary Cantrell. I've been podcasting now for 13 years, and I interview people basically from Instagram on my podcast every week. It's centered around weight loss, but we're kind of getting not necessarily away from it. It's kind of what brings us all together. But I think there's more. I like to hear just the story of people and kind of get their background. I kind of identify as an introverted person. So the idea of interviewing strangers from the internet, I get off on that. I love it. But what I wanted to ask you, Nez, is I've actually started to add a video element to my podcast. And I'm starting to put these videos on YouTube, and I'm just wondering any sort of tips or advice you can give somebody that's bringing a podcast to their YouTube channel.
No, I love that. That's a great question. I've got some great ideas for you. Video podcasts have become really, really popular. I know a lot of shows and show formats have been doing really, really great. The thing that I would say about a video podcast is you can do the longer form, like the hour. How long is your podcast? Is it about an hour, half an hour per episode?
The weekly one I'm doing every Wednesday is about an hour, but the one that I'm actually filming is a little bit shorter, which I kind of like. It's kind of quick in, quick out. What I do is on Wednesdays, I interview people from like Instagram. And then on the weekends, I do a solo podcast for about 10 or 15 minutes where I kind of give an update on me. Because as you know, I'm on my own health and fitness journey. So I offer the weekend podcast as a shorter
You look
form.
terrific, brother.
Thank you. I'm trying.
You do.
This
I've been
quarantine's
gaining
got
weight
me.
steadily while you've been losing weight.
No. I've been gaining a little bit too. Don't let the looks fool you. But
This quarantine, you know, I think I've probably gained a pound a day. It's terrible. It's terrible.
I'm with you. I'm right there.
I have
with
what you might call a little bit of a weight problem. I can't wait to eat.
I get in that same boat, believe it or not. But so on the weekends, I kind of do like a solo where I update, like 10 or 15 minutes. And those are the ones that I'm filming because I'm still learning video editing. I'm working with Final Cut Pro and I got my GoPro Hero 8. And so this is kind of just a testing ground. And then eventually, once I kind of get it under my belt a little bit more, I think I'll be doing the longer form ones as well.
Yeah, no, I think that the coolest thing about you, Gary, is you're getting yourself out there. And so you're building awareness. You're building that, vehicle for saying, hey, this is who I am. This is my personality. This is my vibe. That's what accelerates trust. Depending on what your objective is, if your objective is to build a business around this, if your objective is to monetize this eventually, which is awesome if you do, or your objective is just to create content and have this repository of content that you can always draw from that can help other people. Depending on what your objective is, the biggest thing is building awareness. And that's what you're doing. And I can't think of a better way to do that than understanding the art and science of YouTube. Now, what I do know is this, and this is just me personally. Every channel is different. I think Neil will back me up on this when we bring him in here. My live streams, which is why I haven't been doing the long hour live stream stuff. And I don't even know if I'm going to leave this. This might be unlisted. I doubt it. I'm having a lot of fun and I think there's a lot of value. I'll probably leave this on my channel. My analytics, your analytics should always inform your channel. You always want to follow your data. And hopefully, Gary, you'll stick around later as I go through my analytics on the show. But my analytics have been showing that the live streams haven't been performing as well. And the over 30-minute videos haven't been performing as well. So I've been doing mostly pre-recorded videos, specific topics, specific pain points, very, very, very narrow and focused, and less than 20 minutes, about 15 to 20 minutes or 8 to 15 minutes. Those are kind of the sweet spots for me. So here's what I would do. The first thing I would do is I would say definitely post them on your YouTube channel, but see how they perform. You want to tinker, you want to experiment and understand the science of titles, thumbnail. Your thumbnail is your book cover. It's the movie poster. You and I both know growing up, in the 90s and even in the early 2000s, it was those posters, man. It was those book covers. It was those, it was the theme behind the show that really drew us into the story. You got to tell a story with your thumbnails. If people click on your video, you've won. Now, once you get that click, what are you going to do with that? You got to be able to demonstrate to them that their time invested in clicking is worth it. So this is why I always say have a dessert first mentality, which means bring the dopest, best stuff first, because attention span of a gnat on acid, right? And so I would say this is what Joe Rogan does, and I know Pat Flynn does this too now. The long form content is on a playlist, but then you also have got clips from your video podcast that are short, sweet, and to the point and very specific on specific topics. You might want to think about that more so on a YouTube format than actually having nothing but these long, hour-long video podcasts. Again, it depends on the show, depends on the channel. Your audience loves what you do. I know you have a very thriving community, especially with your vlog. Your vlog is just killer. And so test that out. See how the long form does, which it sounds like it's about an hour long. Yep. And then I would say you're going to get a lot more traction if you do the short clips, 8 to 15-minute clips from the video podcast, because they're still going to know you're doing a podcast, but it's short and sweet. It's not super long. And, because here's the thing, YouTube will not push, the algorithm will not push your videos unless you have, this is the number one thing, you have to have watch time. What does watch time mean? You got to keep them on the platform watching as long as possible. And so that's why creating playlists is great, because they can do like a series and it keeps them there longer. This is the psychology of the end user. You got to understand what's going to keep them interested, what's going to keep them riveted, what's going to keep them sticking around and clicking more and more and more. If you've got an hour-long podcast where there's a lot of kind of intro stuff and chat stuff and you know, I do a podcast too. Everybody knows that, you know that. And there's a lot of, even sometimes I do, you know, I do talk about sponsors and I talk about ads in the beginning, sometimes even mid-roll ads. And that can really dissuade the audience from sticking around, which is why podcast is such a beautiful, unique niche and medium, because most people are listening to podcasts very passively. They're like on a treadmill, they're in the car, walking their dog, etc. You can get a little bit more, you can get away with what I like to call kind of a more freer, looser conversation. Whereas with videos, people, if they're not interested in the first 30 seconds and it's not grabbing their attention, they're gone. And if they're gone, YouTube is going to penalize you, not like strictly penalize you, but algorithmically penalize you, where they will not put you in suggested videos. They won't put juice behind your videos because their members, their users are not sticking around. Does that make sense, Gary?
Oh, definitely.
And so I would definitely say experiment with the long form first, but I think with yours, and this is what I love about live streaming, because you can take micro content, split it up, cut it out, rub it down, give it some oil. Okay, maybe not that far. I just turned into Belle of DeVoe. Sorry. You can do so much. You can slap it around. No, I'm kidding. But you can do so much with micro content and just spit it out on LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube. It's so killer how much you can do with a live stream. So I would say test that out, Gary, if you can, and then get back to us too, because I'd love to hear how things are going.
Definitely. Well, Nez always dropping fire per usual. As they say in radio, I'm going to hang up and listen. Thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate it.
Hey, you're the best, dude. Hey, we got to get you on the podcast again too. So I'll send me an email. Send me an email when you get a chance, because what I want you to do, and here's my email, just nez@professornez.com. Send me an email soon. We got to get you on the podcast again. Okay, brother?
I'm ready for it.
All right, man. Thank you so much, Gary. Thank you for being here. Oh, by the way, before you leave, tell everybody where they can find you.
The main place is going to be Instagram, Gary Cantrell. I do drop some vlogs, podcasts, IGTV. Remember we talked about that 2 years ago. That was a lot of fun. And mainly Instagram.com/Gary Cantrell, and then always hardworkalwayswins.com. Go check it out, guys.
I love it. Remember how much I told you I love that phrase, hard work always wins?
Yes, I do. I was watching our video pretty recently.
That's killer. That's killer. All right, brother. Well, hey, have a wonderful Saturday. We'll talk soon, okay?
You too, man. Take care. Bye-bye.
Peace. Take care. Okay, I'm going to bring in the troublemaker. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Neil. Can you hear me, Neil?
Oh, yes, I can hear you. The troublemaker.
Hey, man, I just got to say right off the bat, I have to say before you start, I miss you, man. I miss you big time. This is so cool. I'm going to say this. I'm going to embarrass Neil for like a second because Neil is such a badass. So Neil and I, when I first had Neil on my show, I was watching the replay. It was, I can't even remember. This was years ago. I don't even know if Neil remembers, but I was watching the replay and my wife told me, she was watching it with me. She goes, I haven't heard you laugh like that in such a long time, like with somebody else on your show. And I was like, yeah, because what Neil was doing was and I love it too. It wasn't even making fun. That's not even the right way of putting it. He was doing this. He was like, oh, here's Nez again, taking off his glasses. And I'm going to do a terrible British accent. Here he goes again. Here he goes again, taking off his glasses. And, and he was just cracking me up. And then it's just been like, I mean, I haven't seen you in a while because obviously with this whole crisis and everything, but I miss you, brother. How are you?
I'm good. I think the last time we see each other was actually in Vid Summit.
That was the last time, dude.
Yeah.
That was the last time.
It was last October, and obviously, I mean, everybody's been busy, everybody's been doing things, everyone's been putting the time, the effort in, and then all of a sudden, the world just comes to a standstill, and it's like
unbelievable. And you were sick for a while, were you not, Neil?
Yeah, I mean,
but you didn't technically have it, or did you technically have it?
I think I had like a mild condition of it, like
thank God.
the mild. I mean, my dad, he got hit. He's still suffering now because they reckon the UK have said today that it can take between 3 and 20 weeks to get over corona.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it just depends
crazy.
on the person. My dad, he's probably the fittest guy I know. I mean, he's 75, but he still wouldn't think nothing of going out and doing a 100-mile bike ride or a 20-mile run. You know, he's mega fit. So if it's hitting people like him hard, then, you know, some of these people are really suffer for. But, you know, yeah, I had it for probably about 2 weeks, and it was just hard work coming downstairs. Even coming downstairs, I was crazy. I was puffing and huffing, but it was, I don't know whether it was a full-on cold or it was you know, symptoms of coronavirus, but it definitely affected my breathing. Everything was a struggle. It really was a struggle. But I had no cough. I had no none of the other attributes that you would put with coronavirus. I had none of them. It was just I was out of breath, and it was, you couldn't get that breath in. It was like, you know, that big breath in. You couldn't get that, and I'd say 2 weeks. Yeah, I'd say about 2 weeks. I mean, it just gave me time to sort of sit back, take things easy, and to be fair, I'd done a load of things backstage on the channel with like channel arts and things like that, and dotting the I's and crossing the T's and things like that. So it didn't come in handy, but, you know, it give you a little bit of a step back from reality to realize there's more to this world than worrying about the things that we worry about on a daily basis.
Right. Tell everybody a little bit about, because you did something that a lot of people are probably afraid to do, more than willing to, you know, take that chance, more than they are even just starting a YouTube channel. But what Neil did was really interesting, and I think that what's even more powerful is the reason why you did it. Tell everybody a little bit, Neil, about what you did, because I know you started off with a very specific channel.
Yeah, I've been into cryptocurrency for a while. I started a cryptocurrency YouTube channel, which, you know, still to this day does quite well. I mean, I don't.
Oh yeah, does it really?
Yeah.
I mean, you worked hard on that. Those thumbnails are crazy.
The crazy thing
They're
about
crazy good.
I still get notifications of people who join. There's a you'll probably hear a Coinbase. I have an affiliate link to Coinbase.
Yeah,
and I still get people joining Coinbase, and I get like £8 worth of Bitcoin every time they join. So it's just mounting up there, and it's cracking on. But you know, it still gets subscribers, it still gets views, it still gets comments, it still gets the crazy comments. You know, it still gets all the interaction.
Well, you can always count on those crazy comments.
I just come to a point where it was, I love cryptocurrency. I love what it stands for. I love, you know, the whole thing around cryptocurrency. I love it, but I just got bored of talking about it. It was kind of like, this wasn't enjoyable at first when we start YouTube and we start, you know, you start the journey and you start learning everything. Everything is interesting because it's all new. It's, you know, I'd never used Photoshop. I'd never edited anything. You know, I didn't even own a camera or a webcam and nothing.
Right.
Never done anything like that. So it was great at first. And then after about 12 months, it just burnt me out. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to talk about. I was bored. I was watching people on other cryptocurrency channels. They were boring me. So I spoke to Nick. I spoke to Christina. Spoke to other couple of people. I said, I'm just going to leave it. I've had enough. That's it. YouTube is not for me. I can't be doing it. And then I think it was Nick. He said, can you not? Is there nothing else you can do? I was like, I don't really know. I said, I can talk about the van. So he was like, well, why didn't you do that? And then Chris spoke to Christine, and she was like, well, let's talk about the van. And then I think it was about a month went by, and I was kind of setting the channel up. I didn't know what it was going to be called. I was just you're sort of fishing into van life stuff. Then we had the whole Jenna, I can't even remember her name, the girl in a van. Her channel.
Oh yeah, she got this major viral thing.
Yeah,
I forget her name too, but
yeah,
like all of a sudden
Jenna
started talking about van life, and it went crazy.
Yeah, and it was like that was kind of the point where I was like, I should have let this channel go a month ago. You know, instead of I've been sitting on this channel, I should have just let it go. I should have just let it go. So I waited a couple of weeks because I didn't want to be that person who jumped on the bandwagon.
Right.
I started filming stuff, you know, because my van itself, I've had my van for 7 or 8 years. You know, it was a normal van when I bought it. I've done every conceivable thing to it you can possibly imagine, like everything. So it just kind of made sense. The penny sort of dropped. It was like, right, leave crypto, do the van life stuff, and ultimately you can be you on camera. You can be, you know, cryptocurrency. It's all, you know, you have to be very, you know, everything has to be very spot on. Everything has to be sort of, you know, in a very banking way, but not too serious.
This is like your outlet. The van life is like the real Neil.
So the van life, I was able to come on camera and I was just like, this is me. I am this idiot who decides to. I'm the guy who decides to. You've got a tail lift on your van. I'm going to fit a shower in the tail lift, and I'll even video myself in the shower. You know, it was just me. It was just kind of, this is the stupidity that I need to put content out there and enjoy it. And even now, I mean,
and you can see that, you know. And honestly, Neil, you can feel. I mean, when I was I've seen a lot of your videos, especially on the new channel. I can visibly, it's palpable, man. Like you can feel it, that your energy, your personality, like the joy coming out of your voice. And by the way, Scully said, yeah, Scully, I totally agree. Scully says van life is way more fun. If you recognize Neil's voice, there's more than just a coincidence, because Neil is actually my voiceover intro on the Nez Nation Live podcast. And by the way, I want you to do a new one. I'm willing to pay you too, Neil. I want you to do a new one.
We just do it. We just need a nice short little script and do Professor Nez Live, like the Nick Nimmerman comments over coffee with Nick.
Who did you do the music to that intro?
No, Nick he just said.
He just added that music.
I think it was
because that was good. That was really good.
Mike Russell. Mike Russell he put it together.
Right.
But Nick wanted me to do the comments over coffee, which was actually a surprise when he messaged me. He said, "Can you have you got 5 minutes to chat?" And I was like, "Yeah, well, what have I done?"
I'm not surprised at all.
Who have I upset now? Because I was just.
Are you still doing that, by the way? Are you still doing voiceover work, freelance?
Yeah,
nice.
I mean, to be honest with you, with the way America is going with the whole Corona thing, the first 2 or 3 weeks, I mean, obviously me and Christina work together. She does the real estate stuff, records the videos. I do the voiceover. I mean, we had the first week we done 8.
Wow.
It was like,
That's
you
awesome.
guys? I couldn't believe it. I was like,
that's awesome.
Are you guys still selling houses even though you're not meant to go out your house? And she was like, yeah. I was like, wow.
I get comments to this day, brother. I get comments to this day. They're like, man, where did you find that guy? Who's that guy that did your intro? And I share your LinkedIn page with them. Or I mean, if you want me to share something else, send it to me, because I get questions all the time. They're like, dude, who did your intro? And I'm like, he's the best voiceover artist I know of. That's why I
don't even go on the actual, obviously, because things change. I'm that spontaneous guy that you don't know what he's going to do next. It's like, I have always been like that. It's like, it's like, what's Neil doing now? Oh, he's climbing a mountain. What's he doing now? Oh, he's skiing. Where is he? Oh, he's underwater somewhere.
Right.
I don't sit still. So with things like the voiceover, I love doing it. And if anyone comes to me, can you do this? And me and Christina, we've got a great system going on there with the real estate stuff. So that keeps me ticking along and, doing stuff for you. And Nick's, it's great. I mean, anyone wants to just come and see me. But say I had a website for it, which I actually closed down to change over to the Urban Explorer because I've basically been pushing that as much as I can.
Yes.
Which leads me on to a point. I was watching another creator the other day on how can I call it? An online conference that was going on.
Okay.
And it was Daniel Battelle. He actually said something which made me think, and it's something that I've never thought of before. He was doing a whole speech for the people of video.
Mm.
Now, he said, in your comment section, sorry, not in your comment section, what do you put as a pinned comment? I have always been told to, make them a subscriber. Always. I've always been told your pinned comment is a subscriber. Now, the way Daniel was saying...
Now, wait a minute. Clarify that. When you say pin comments as a subscriber, do you mean you pin comments from your subscribers or you pin subscribe to my channel?
Yeah, a subscribe.
Like a link.
If you like this video, please click here and subscribe for more content. That
what I've been doing? I've been doing other videos.
Well, that's what Daniel said.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. But there's a twist, which never entered my head. And honestly, it never. But when I tell you what happened when I've done it, you'll be surprised. So he said, in your description of your video, your very first line of your description of your video, link another, so say I was doing one on the paint I'd done the van in. So the first line of my description for that video would be, if you like this video, you might like this one of me fitting the roof. Here's the link. And then you pin that, as well as it being the first line of your description, it's also your pinned comment. So here's the clever bit. When someone lands on your channel and watches a video, if they go to leave a comment, right above them, they've got a link. Right below them, they've got a link. So I thought, it's got to be worth a go. Within 24 hours, I had double the views.
Perfect. That's great.
I only tested it on 4 videos because I thought
that's great.
I thought you've got to be curious.
Absolutely.
You've got to try these things.
You got to tinker. You have to tinker. You got to experiment. And you know what? I think, Neil, a lot of people don't talk about the value of taking advantage of the comments, playlists. People talk about the kind of 4 pillars: title, tags, thumbnails, description. But they don't talk. A lot of people don't go really too deep on. There's a lot of other stuff out there.
Yeah,
I mean, I tell my wife all the time, and I tell my clients, I'm learning every day. There's a science to this thing. There's an art and science to this thing. It's not enough to just be a creator. It's not enough to just create a video. You've got to be your own marketer, your own distributor, your own copywriter, your own brand evangelist, like everything. I spend so much time outside of just actually creating the video. I don't think a lot of people talk about that, like the research, the keyword research, the distribution, the thumbnail takes days. I mean, I don't recommend that people take days on thumbnails, but sometimes I get so anal about, I want every part of that thumbnail to be perfect,
Yeah. I mean, I spent
your thumbnails are out of this world.
The one I've just done for the new video that's going to be probably out on Monday. I actually spent.
Oh, you said you were editing today, right?
I've been editing for the last 2 days because
that was the one you were editing, right, Neil?
Yeah, I'm doing obviously because things have changed in the van, and you've got to, with being a van life channel, if you can't do nothing, you've kind of got to go and buy something. So my issue with obviously the situation with now is I can't travel anywhere, I can't go anywhere, I can't bring any nice, pretty, exciting videos. So I've just been buying stuff and thought, okay, I've bought all this stuff. I've done the videos on fitting things. Maybe it's time for a new van tour because loads of things have changed since I've done the first one. So so I actually sneaked out, don't tell anyone, the other day and sort of went to a kind of a what was it you call it? It's like an industrial complex, and I filmed on there. Yeah, there was no one about. It was all safe. So I overdid the filming. I came back with like probably 3 hours worth of filming. you know, because I wanted to go through the lot. So I've been trying to make it, but I've gone heavy on B-roll as well. So going through, because I'm going to do a lot of voiceover stuff about what's in the van, but I just wanted sexy B-roll, like everybody says.
Here's Neil's one of the playlists, and I want to just get a little bit bigger here. But if you look at the one that catches my eye the most, and I always like to have people tell me the same thing. The one that catches my eye the most is that Catch Thieves in Your Van. I love that phone and that font and the color. I like that red and that white really sticks out to me, even though that purple looks really great with the butane, the Lexavon. But I really like the solar controller upgrade, and I like the catch.
It pulls out. Because
I think that's really cool.
The way I do my thumbnails, I don't know if anybody else does them like this. The way I do it is I'll do the thumbnail, and then what I do is I then basically screenshot a YouTube page, put my thumbnail in there, and just take a photo with my phone. And then I look at the thumbnail compared to the others on the phone, and if I can read all the writing, because obviously your thumbnail goes from this big on the screen to this big on your phone. So if I can read all of the words, I'm good to go. And it's, you know, some colors work, some colors don't work. I mean, I always kind of find white works really well.
Well, if white does, you know what? It's interesting. White works really well, but I have found, like, if I go to your crypto channel, like a lot of the pastel colors, you know, those sort of greens and fuchsias and
blue. I mean, the blue you use is a very powerful, because it draws the human eye. Because I actually read a paper, it was a while ago, on colors and the human eye. What colors the human eye will actually identify with first of all, and the colors you're using and the colors the crypto channel was in is the first color.
What's the name of that channel again? The crypto one?
Crypto Cruising.
Oh, that's right, Crypto Cruising. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like I want to, like, this to me, because I remember when Nick did a review of your channel, and I think this might have been before we met. But these colors right here, I'm going to screen share real fast. I think these colors right here are just absolutely, I think these are absolutely phenomenal. Some of these colors, like you've got that's actually my color too. The black and the teal those are my colors. If you look at my stuff up here, Neil, you'll see the teal and the black. It's all teal black. I love it.
I'm not saying where I stole it from.
And you know, Neil's got probably one of the best, like, YouTube faces, because we all know the YouTube face, right?
So this is when I was just barely using. I mean, I only started using Photoshop when I started the crypto channel.
It's just too good. It took
me so long to do Photoshop. I mean, you'll see as you go down, they'll progressively get worse. As you scroll down, you can see them getting better as you go. And
YouTube face, like your YouTube face, is like, I don't think anybody can compete with that.
The only problem I never changed it. Now I don't tend to put me in thumbnails.
I've noticed that. I actually experimented with that too. I stopped putting myself in a couple of thumbnails, and I didn't notice a huge difference. I do find that faces draw a little bit more of a CTR.
Yeah,
I think that's why most people did. I mean, I think you look at the people who get a lot of click through and win that click, so to speak. They're using a lot of their own, sometimes faces of very attractive people, unlike myself and maybe Neil.
Yeah, same here. Yeah,
let me ask you a question, Neil. What would you say is just to stick to the kind of theme of this show? What would you say are some of your top tips, like because I know you just crossed 1,000 not that long ago, which this is a new channel. It's a brand new channel, and you're getting thousands of views on some videos. Tens of thousands on some videos. What would you say to the audience are since you pivoted into the Urban Explorer, have been some of the best tips that you implement?
Mine, for me, consistency. I have got to have at least one video out a week. But
I get itchy if I don't.
Yeah, but
I get
also,
nervous.
also one thing that I have really learned, and it's been a not a struggle, but it was something that didn't come naturally to me. That was, if I can't make a video for that, say you do a video every week. If I can't get a video out on time, then don't rush a video.
That's good.
I sort of now I make the content and I edit the content how I want it to go out.
Don't sacrifice quality for consistency.
Yeah,
I just told this, what you're just saying, Neil, right now. I literally just told this to a client.
Yeah.
She was telling me, Nez, I have a problem with producing YouTube videos every week. And I go, hey, time out. First of all, consistency is specific to everybody. Everybody's got their own level of consistency.
Yeah.
Like some of these cats, and Neil knows this, they put out 3-4 videos a week. I don't know how they do it. I put out typically 1 video a week. I'm trying to do 2 videos a week, but like Neil said, and I told my client this too. I said, what the biggest thing you need to worry about is not doing it every single week, making sure that the quality of the video is worth your reputation. Because guys, a lot of you guys don't know this. Every video you put out, it says something about you.
Yeah, and it really does. And I watch the guy who I talk to now. He's called Living the Van Life. He's got something like.
Look who's here! Hey Neil, look who's here!
Oh, no, it's just him sneaking in. Yeah, Chad from Living the Van Life. He's on 360,000 subscribers. He puts, I'd say, 1 video out a month. But when I say it's a video, it's an understatement. It's literally
cinematic masterpiece.
I don't even know how to describe. I mean, some of his videos, oh mate, some of his videos can be 40 minutes long, but
it's worth it.
They are better than watching. I mean, I've watched him cooking, and I've watched him actually pull his van. I mean, he lives in the Pacific Northwest, so he lives in an absolutely stunning, beautiful area covered in snow. He drives his van out into the snow, into the wilderness, into the woods. He's using the best drones, the best camera equipment. He's on his own. He pulls a stove out, and you will sit there mesmerized watching him cut meat up, watching him make a stew, watching him make, putting dough together, making dumplings to put in the stew. And before you know it, 40 minutes is gone. But it's the most stunning footage you will ever see on YouTube.
Awesome.
It's just, and I think it's since watching him, and I've gone, no, now I need to stop rushing things and put the right content out. I think if you're happy with the video, then you can't do any more. Don't put content out for content's sake. Which, like you just said, people are putting 3, 4, 5 videos. 5 videos a week. I mean, one thing I live by, and I say it on every video, whatever you do it well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, could you put 3 videos out a week?
I think I could, but I don't think it's really interesting, and I'd love to talk about your workflow too, because I mean, Roz just came up with a great comment. It's okay to be casual. You don't have to be scripted and manufactured. I don't know about you, Neil, but I never ever script my videos. Do you?
The crypto stuff I used to script.
You kind of had to with that, right? Yeah. But not the van life.
The van life stuff, I literally just I have a list of things that I want to do. Like, okay, I want to do a video on this, a video on this, a video of this, and then I'll go, okay, right, I'm going to do this one. I mean, I was sitting there before, and I've noticed that people seem to be complaining that the car batteries are dead, the van batteries are dead, because they're not moving. So instantly, right, okay, I need to do a video on fitting a small solar unit to the van, which will charge you actually will start a motor battery while you're not using the car.
You listen to your audience. That's what you did. You listened to your audience.
It wasn't even an audience. To be honest,
it was a couple of comments.
No, it was Facebook.
Oh, it was Facebook. Okay, even better.
I've seen 3 people on Facebook, and they all said, I went out to start the car, and because it hasn't been moved for 2 weeks, my battery's dead. And it just sort of went, it was one of them moments when you go, that's my next video. Goes on Amazon, finds a 20-watt solar power, which was £26. Job done. You're fitted to the roof. It will charge your battery up. So Yeah, I mean, but see, mine is consistent. Could put consistently good content out
Yes.
that you're proud of. You know, put stuff out that you're proud of. You know, you put your heart and soul into every one of your videos. You know, you can see you're putting your heart and soul into it. You know, you don't. I don't think I've ever seen one of your videos where you're being like, oh, well, you know, today.
Here we go. Here we go, guys. Just another one.
You know, if you, you know, just do
Not
do
this.
what
Not
you
this
wanna
damn
do.
YouTube again.
No, you've got to put if your audience doesn't see your enthusiasm, they will go.
That's beautiful.
That's one thing I've learned. Audiences
That's
will
beautiful.
leave. You know, I mean, you wouldn't yourself. If you went to a theater, a play, a movie, and you weren't gripped by the movie, you'd be gone.
Right.
And we've all done it. We've all watched things.
And I think to answer your question earlier, it's interesting. Like, could I do 3 videos? I'd have to work my butt off.
Yeah.
I you know, I don't know if I really even, and this is different for everybody. I don't even know if I really need to do 3 videos a week. I probably could, because a lot of my videos, at least lately, and I've been experimenting, and I think that's one of the beautiful tips that people don't talk enough about is there's not a one size fits all, gang.
No.
There just isn't. Neil's channel, Neil's channel is way more cinematic than my channel, which is more educational, informative stuff. Hopefully it's a little entertaining. I try to be fun and be myself. But Neil's stuff is way more cinematic, way more larger scope. He's going to castles. He's doing.
See, now you've just hit on what I consider the biggest thing in YouTube, and you've just said it, is be yourself.
That's it.
Because
That's it.
if you're a fake personality, or you're a fake person, if you're trying to do a persona on YouTube, you'll be found out within 3 videos. Because
the audience is smart. They pick up on it.
Yeah, they'll see right through you.
A lot of people, I tell clients this too, Neil, what you just said. Don't underestimate your audience. Don't think you're dealing with, these people can smell it coming a million miles away.
Yeah, it's, you know, it's like you see it all the time, and you see it on TikTok, you see it on, you know, every social media platform. When there's a video coming and there's a guy going, right, okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to take this glass, right? And then he talks about the glass for 30 minutes. And then like, I know what you're going to do. And it sounds, don't try and con a con man, because I can see right through what you do. But I mean, people need to be themselves.
Hey guys, today I'm going to tell you something extraordinary. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. It's
or you get this, Neil. Hi, welcome to my channel.
Yeah.
Today we're going to talk about, it's like, whoa, there's extremes, right? There's the extreme, like you're just going to like, God knows where you're headed in left field of dramatics. And then there's the too scripted, too rigid. I always tell, and I'd love your thoughts on this, Jordan Thomas in the house. And I want to say hello to Charlie Dog. Charlie Dog is here. I always tell my clients this. I'd love your thoughts on this, Neil. I go, this is what I do. Because if I scripted my videos, not only would I perform terribly, but I would be bored and disinterested, and my audience would pick up on that. So that sticks to be yourself. Now, that doesn't mean I don't do a ton of research, and I try to know, you know, like Dylan said, know your song well before you start singing. I know my song well before I start singing. I don't try to, I would, if I tried to talk about van life, this is how I would come off talking about van life. You know, but I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing communication, eat, sleep, and breathing, branding, and messaging since I was, coming out of the womb practically. And so I've been studying this and doing this and executing this and living this my whole life. So I try to just understand the concept. I've been doing a lot of experimenting with B-roll footage. I really am a big fan of B-roll footage now.
Yeah, I've got really into the
whole fun. Isn't it fun, Neil?
Do you know, I never obviously when doing the crypto stuff, it's like I never used any B-roll.
That's more like straightforward talking head.
Yeah, it's just boring. Hello.
Now you're doing cinematic storytelling, which is awesome.
It's just, I mean, the video I've just done now, I mean, there's so much B-roll, but I mean, I've been texting friends tonight. I've been like, oh my God, look at this, look at that. I think if your video's good, you'll know before it's finished, because I'm constantly like, look at this transition, watch this, watch that, and I'm texting, I'm showing them bits of the clips of the videos, and I'm getting excited, and I'm like,
oh, it's so much fun.
You done this? Why are you getting so excited? Because I think it's just
I love the process. A lot of people don't like the process. I love the process.
I used to hate editing.
I love editing. I love editing.
Yeah. Now,
even though it's time consuming, and sometimes you're just like, oh, I want to get this published today.
Yeah.
But like, I love editing because it's where everything takes place. It's where the story, it's where the whole video takes place. It's one thing to shoot the footage, and Neil, back me up on this or not. It's one thing to shoot the footage, but to craft the story in the editing bay.
Yeah, well, that's
I call it editing bay. It's more like my home office.
See,
I'm doing in Fox Studios.
I've been lately, when I've been trying to do fancy stuff. I've been trying to outdo the last fancy video. So, tweak it a little bit better, because, I'm not a master editor. I'm not, I've never been to editing school. I watch a lot of videos. Doesn't mean I'm a good editor.
No.
But
you learn by doing, you get better by doing.
Yeah. And that's it. I would say on this, the one I'm doing now, even the beginning of it, I've tried to cut each shot up to the beat of the music for the first 20 seconds. And
I love piecing together the music. I love lowering, fading it out at the right moment and bringing it in at the right moment. I love that. Like, I love that.
It's
I used to vlog a lot more, Neil. I think even before we met, I used to do a lot more vlogging. And when I say vlogging, it's not, don't get it twisted. It's not like your strictest sense of what you see out there for vlogging. It's more like me going to different locations and me just trying to mix it up. And I think Roz, brought up a really good point, Neil. And this is something that a lot of people don't talk about with YouTube too, especially with your videos. Mix it up. When I say B-roll, and when I say, adding music or cutting or even changing the angle of the camera just slightly, that's something, getting to the attention span of your end user. That is something that has changed my channel growth.
Yep.
More than maybe anything is the actual video itself having a little more dynamic range. Yeah, what do you think, Neil?
That's one thing I've learned from watching, say, the guy who lives in the Pacific Northwest in Washington in the US. Because he makes film for a living. He makes, like, I don't know whether he was a photographer and now he does like miniature film stuff for adverts and studios. But when he took you on a tour of how he makes a video, it took him a whole day to shoot a 15-minute video, because he was going back and he'd film it from 4 different angles.
Yeah.
And it was like, so you're sitting there and you think, oh, why is he filming it from 4 different angles? And then you see him editing and going, right, okay, so I'll have this bit from that angle, this bit from that angle, this bit, and then it all just comes together, and it's like, it again, a light bulb moment. It was like, wow, that just looks so much better than that camera pointing down at that specific thing. Because when you move the camera, it's just I think that's the one thing as well that keeps people's eyes. It keeps them watching your content, because the content is constantly moving.
Yeah. I mean, you see, like, a lot of even the talking head stuff, when I did briefly, like very briefly, a long time ago, go to film school, they used to tell us, if you do this was 30 years ago when I was an undergraduate. I mean, I'm an old dude. I think Neil and I are the same age. I think we're both 44. But Neil, check this out. Are you 45 now? Oh, 5. He made it to the halfway mark. I love it.
I'm one more than you.
Oh, great. Now this channel is going to get demonetized.
No, it was just one. Just one.
No, but I this was like 30 years ago, and I remember them saying, if you do jump cuts in the middle of a one camera angle, that was considered sacrilege. Now you see guys like Phil DeFranco and all sorts of talking heads, and my kids, Neil, I know you got teenagers. My kids watch these guys like Unspeakable and Infinite. These guys are making $1 million a month on YouTube. Yeah. My 8-year-old Neil just bought merchandise from one of these, because they watch YouTube all the time. They watch YouTube more than I do. And so they, when I see their videos, because I'm curious, I'm like, shit, I'm doing this. Let me go check it out. These guys use jump cuts, probably for the same reason that Neil and I were talking, which is experimenting with keeping the audience's attention and not having it drone into one, you know, coming from a filmmaking background, like we were taught to let a scene kind of unfold naturally, but that was 30 years ago. Now, again, it's getting into the head of your audience. You got to keep them interested. I mean, and so you look at what Neil does. He'll do his talking head. And I know Neil does this. Then he'll do close-ups of certain mechanisms and different components. And then he'll do a drone shot. And then there'll be music. And then it'll be like maybe a time lapse. You use time lapse, right, Neil?
No, I've not done.
Or not as much.
I'm not. No, I've not. I slow things down.
Have you ever experimented with time lapse?
I've tried it once with the GoPro, and it was stunning. It was of a seafront as the sun was going down, and it was again one of them moments when you go, "Ooh, I really need to experiment with this. I need to see if I can." It with me, it's can I use it in the video?
Yeah, I mean, I when I was doing a vlog, I was doing a lot more time lapse because I'm just going to be completely honest. I thought the way Casey Neistat did it was cool, and mine didn't even come close.
Yeah, I think
I just thought it was cool the way he did time lapse, and I'm like, man, I want to try that. And then I tried it, and I was like, it didn't really come out the same.
So good. Yeah, it doesn't look so good. But I mean, even if you look at Joe Rogan, I mean, technically, he's a talking head podcast. Mm-hmm. But yeah, he films on something like 15 cameras in the studio.
Got a lot of different angles. Yeah.
But when you watch the podcast, which it's a podcast, it's an audio, it's an audio book on screen. You can listen to it in headphones or watch it.
Yeah.
But when you watch it, it's constantly changing. You're getting different angles. You're seeing different views. You're looking at different things in the background. It flows like a video, but it's not a video.
Yeah,
and I think that's very clever. When people can do things like that to me that's extremely clever. If you can keep someone watching you talk and keep the actual visual stimulation going. It's just, but I mean,
hey, Neil, do you want to stick around while I do? I want to talk about the new analytics update and then show my analytics too. Do you want to stick around or do you need to go?
Mate, it's only 12:30 in the UK. I am a classified bat.
I know you are a classified bat.
I don't go to bed till X amount of time. So
that's awesome. Okay, stick around, Neil. I'd love your comments on this too. So, guys, remember how I told you at the classified bat? hey, Neil, just do me a favor. Don't go to Wuhan, okay?
Well, I've been there once.
Have you really?
Yeah, I left a little virus.
Neil's the reason this all started. No, I'm kidding. So I promised you guys I was going to talk about not only the new update, but also something that I'm really proud of, and I hope this inspires you. This is not showing off. One of the cool things about if you go into, I think, and Neil, I know Neil will back me up on this because, using LinkedIn video, using Facebook video and Instagram, you don't get analytics like this on any other platform, right? You just don't. And so if you click on analytics in YouTube Studio, the first page is going to be overview, and you can tell it's great because you can tell if things are going well right away. You'll see that my channel views are going up in the last 28 days. Usually it's around this level, 6,400 to 7,900 per 28 days. But look, I've gotten almost 13,000 views. You can see my subscribers have gone up. My watch time, which to me, this was a 60% increase. And I'm sure a lot of this has to do, and Neil will probably back me up on this, this has a lot to do with the fact that everybody's at home right now. And so a lot of people are watching more content. And so this is why another reason why I wanted to do this specific show, just to kind of hopefully inspire people, like having 1,000 hours of watch time, which is 537 more than usual. That should show you right there, just in the last 28 days, what's been going on and everything. You want to see these green arrows. These green arrows are just fantastic. And then this is where you can really find out what's happening with your channel, right? You can look at, first of all, you can look at how many impressions, and these little play button tabs right here at the bottom of this graph. That's when you published a video, and you can see like what's been going on. I mean, it's just the amount of detail that YouTube Analytics gives you it's a dream come true. I mean, you'd normally have to pay to get this kind of information. I mean, I would actually, I don't know about you guys, I would pay for this kind of information. It's so amazingly helpful. And then if you scroll down here, you can see 60%. This is what I meant at the beginning, guys. Look at this traffic source types. 60% of my views are coming from YouTube search. If you can create, and now this is different for everybody. I think Neil's a lot of it might be suggested. Do you know Neil?
To be honest with you, no, I'm not, because this sounds backwards. I'm kind of, at the moment, with it only being a 9-month-old channel, I've only got 30.
You're not worried about this right now.
Yeah, I've only got.
You're not worried about this. You're in like growth phase. You're doing everything you can to grow.
But if you clicked on the see, there's one thing that I do check on. If you click on the see more bit, which nobody ever clicks on for some reason.
Nobody ever clicks on this. Yeah.
No, yeah, on that one, I always check what videos have brought me subscribers.
Oh, so you do your metric is this is where it gets a little more advanced.
Yeah.
Are you talking about subscribers gained, right?
Yeah, I always look at which videos have brought me subscribers.
Right.
Then I look at which videos have obviously brought the most watch time.
Right.
Then try and average it out on to see if
you can just have a field day. I could roll in the hay on YouTube Analytics all day.
Just to see whether the videos that have brought subscribers marry up to the videos with the greatest watch time.
Right.
Then I look at them, balance them out, and it could be the totally wrong way around. But I then try and look at the content that I've made that have brought subscribers and kept them there the longest. Right. And then try and make some more of that content. But I also have four types of content that I make. I have stuff where I'm outside. I have stuff where I'm fixing the van. Stuff where I'm repairing the van, I'm fixing it and adding gadgets to the van as well. And then I try and do one after each video. So 1 week I'll be fixing, 1 week I'll be buying something and fitting it. Next week I'll be out in the van. The next week I'll be talking about tools and gadgets for vans, and then I'll repeat the process.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And then here's the new one that I wanted to the new tool that just came out, which I think is, to me, I think this, a lot of people don't agree with this, but I think this is one of the best new things. Can you guys see this where it says when your viewers are on YouTube, and it's specific to your local time. So I can look at these different bars here, and obviously the deeper the purple color, you can see, and even YouTube gives you a little claimer here. Let me zoom in a little bit more here so you can see this. But as I go through, it looks like, okay, so Sunday at 8 a.m., very many of your viewers are on YouTube. But if I look at Sunday at 5 p.m., my time, it looks like few of your viewers are on YouTube. This to me, Neil, I'd love your thoughts on this too. This to me is the ultimate information to understand when is the best time to post. Yeah. I don't know about you, Neil, but I get this question all the time. Hey, Nez, what's the best time to post on LinkedIn? When's the best time to post on Facebook? When's the best time to post on? And I always say, my answer is, when is your audience online? You need to figure out when your audience is online. Look at what YouTube does.
I mean, YouTube, when you are uploading a video, it will say in the right-hand section, the best time to release this video. And it will give you, in your upload, it will give you a specific time as when you should upload it. But if you look at the new graph, it's kind of, I mean, looking at that graph, would you release a video on a Tuesday or a Friday? Probably not.
I have before. Yeah, I have. But well, now, what's really interesting is I used to post on Tuesdays and Thursdays. The reason, and it was usually between, so East Coast time is 3 hours ahead of me. So my time, I would post 6 a.m. because I don't want to do it in the middle of the night when most of my viewers are not online, right? Mm-hmm. And so I want to maximize that view velocity. And so, and again, this is something that I'm constantly tinkering with and I'm constantly experimenting with. But I used to post on Tuesdays and Thursdays at lunchtime, East Coast time.
Right.
Because it seemed like that was when I was getting, and I'd done a lot of research too on just, there's other ways you can find this out in YouTube Analytics, because you can find out location, geography, you can find out demographics, age, everything on YouTube Analytics. And it's a great way to find out when your people are online. But now YouTube really does it for you. And let me tell you something, mate. Absolutely. It's funny that it says Thursday at 6 a.m. because that's always been a time that I've really posted regularly anyway. I don't usually post on weekends, but if you look at some of those bars, you'll see, and I'm sure it's probably, since it's a brand new feature, I'm sure it's got a few chinks in the armor. I'm sure. Yeah,
you've also got to take in consideration what's going on in the world right now.
Yes.
I mean, give that a couple of months while everything settles down, when the whole COVID-19 thing, hopefully goes away and the world gets back to normal. What will the analytics show us then? I mean, I know for mine, because when I've gone into my analytics, strangely enough, 53% of my viewers are from the UK. And
only half. Interesting.
And
where are the rest of them from? US?
US. The three main countries are US, UK, US, and Canada. And then I think I'm a big hit in Azerbaijan. I think.
Are you really?
Yeah.
You're a big hit in Azerbaijan?
Yeah, a big hit over there with 3%.
I'm a huge hit in Guam. I mean, they love me in Guam.
I noticed then that you're quite popular in India as well, which is which is nice.
What would be the best thing ever, Neil, is if there was like a photo of a bunch of like a tribe in India that all had Urban Explorer merch.
If they're buying it, I'm a happy man. See, now, if you want to talk about analytics, the Queen has just popped in the chat there.
Oh, my God. Here she comes.
The crazy thing
here
is,
she comes.
She went to Vid Summit.
Is she here? Somebody kick her out immediately. No, I'm kidding.
She went to Vid Summit knowing quite a lot, and she's come away from Vid Summit. I mean, well, I will be honest. I don't bother going to Nick, Daddle, D. Anyway, I'll bring a small horn.
You bring a small horn
because she's like
gotta go with small horn.
She's like the encyclopedia of what shall I do? And
she's your seer.
I'll be honest. She's never steered me in a wrong direction. I've thought,
that's high praise.
There's sometimes I've thought, bull, no chance. I'm not doing that. Load of rubbish. Not happening. And I've thought, the little devil on my shoulder's gone, what if she's right? So I've gone, okay, I'll change it. And then, as true as I'm sitting here,
speaking of channel growth, congratulations to Smallhorn, because I know that her channel has been growing amazingly, meteoric, if there is such a thing as a meteoric rise. And I know she just had a video that passed 1 million views. It's probably well past 1 million by now. So congratulations to Christina Smallhorn on that. For sure.
It's so nice that when you look back, 12, 18 months, 2 years, 2.5 years ago, of the people you all sort of met and come into contact with, and then you think back and you go, wow, I remember them when they were like 800 subscribers or 500 subscribers, or when they just
remember our Spaceman? Or I haven't seen Spaceman in a while. He hasn't been on my stream in a while. But remember Spaceman? Look at his meteoric rise.
Yeah, Christian just went.
And by the way, if you don't know who we're talking about Launchpad Astronomy, Christian Reddy.
Yeah, Christian Reddy, who still to this day is the most intelligent person I know, but cannot go live on YouTube to save his life.
Well, he doesn't need. I don't know if he really needs to go live.
He was live yesterday, and I've never.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, he
was live on YouTube.
I think I spent 3 hours with him in the garden because we had a Zoom call because his audio was a bit messed up. We don't know what he'd done, but we were going through loads of things and we were fixing loads of things, and it was all working fine. It was all working great. There was no problems whatsoever. First of all, he goes live on YouTube, but forgot he went live. So he's kind of sitting there. Yeah. And he pulled it all together. He was fine in the end. It was quite funny. It's Christian. Christian kind of doesn't really care. He's like, he's not bothered. Yeah. But it was, he was live last night. It was the last.
Did he leave it on his channel or did he unlist it?
No, it'll be on his channel. The last two guys he's had on live, the previous one to this one was one of the most interesting live streams I've seen. It's, astrology, so we all like the stars, but we're not astrologists. We're not, it was just really interesting to watch and listen to. So, but it was, yeah, Christian's growth was just. I mean, last year when he blew up was just out of this world. Just watching it.
It's awesome to see that, and it's awesome to see people from the community do that. Well, hey, I just want to say, brother, it's been fantastic having you on, and I hope everybody watching got a lot out of today's stream. Again, I want to caveat everything with, even though I think we've been sharing some amazing. Let me know in the chat. Give me an emoji. Give me a thumbs up or some kind of fun, unique emoji in the chat if you got a lot of value from today's stream. I've been super, super blessed and lucky with my awesome growth that I've been really enjoying, and Neil's been doing fantastic. So many people. We got some amazing content creators here in the chat. I hope you got a lot of value from this, and don't ever forget. I'm gonna have Neil leave some last comments too. As a matter of fact, Neil, why don't you go first? What are the last couple of things that you'd like to leave our audience with? I think we've talked about a lot.
Yeah, I would still say, there's two things that I would just be you, and wherever you do it well. That's one thing I've learned is just be you. Don't try and be someone. Don't try and be someone you're not. Be you. Enjoy what you do, and whatever you do it well.
Yeah. And I would definitely piggyback on that, and understand that there is an art and science to this thing called YouTube. There is a nuance to this platform, and if you really want to grow, if you really want to advance your brand and build your brand equity, video marketing, creating videos is the best way to show and demonstrate who you are. I'm living proof that this stuff works, and I don't care what you think of Facebook. I don't care what you think of my awesome beloved LinkedIn. Still, to this day, the #1 place for video, and I mean, it's not just me, the data shows this, is YouTube. It's YouTube. YouTube is the king of video. And I think they're going to be unless something really drastic happens, they're going to be the king of video. And why are they the king of video? For some of the stuff that we just demonstrated. They give so much to creators with this new addition of when your viewers are on, when your viewers are watching, and when they're on YouTube the most. That's just another factor of how powerful YouTube analytics is. I look at Facebook analytics, I look at LinkedIn analytics, I look at analytics on every platform, even my my website analytics. Nothing comes close to YouTube analytics. So
and it's free.
And it's free. I mean, Neil and I make fun of this when people complain about the algorithm or complain about YouTube. What do you think of that, Neil?
It's free. Shut up. The YouTube algorithm doesn't hate you. You just making rubbish content, and
that's it straight up.
If you see it all the time, you see people going, "Oh, they're not pushing me out. They're not putting me stuff out. People don't know who I am. I'm putting hours and hours and hours of time and all this equipment I've bought, and I've got thousands of dollars, and my videos do nothing." It's because they're shit.
You heard it here first, folks.
I'm sorry. The algorithm hates nobody. It's a computer program that's set to follow a trend.
It's not a conspiracy.
No, it's no, and it didn't start COVID-19.
I can't get to where I want. Damn you, YouTube! It's all your fault.
It's people. They do look. I mean, I love it when people blame YouTube, because it's like, well, just how did YouTube stop this happening? Out of all the millions of creators out there putting endless amounts of content out every single day, you think you're the one that's not being pushed out?
Yeah,
I don't. It's just
they've singled you out. Just you.
There's no.
Well, it's funny, Neil. I think a lot of people are. That's what I said at the top of the show, and I think you'll agree with this. Is you got to have the right expectations, especially when you're starting out. I didn't start seeing growth until I actually learned a little bit more about, I need to actually understand SEO and keyword research. And wow, the thumbnail is really important. It can't just be, here I am, a screenshot. It has to actually tell a story.
I don't do any keyword research whatsoever.
None. I think you should. I honestly think you should.
I don't. I go, there's two things that I rely on.
I mean, you're doing fantastic growth, but I'm just saying I think it'll amplify.
I rely on the thumbnail and the title, and obviously, if people like the video, it gets pushed out more. But
that's where the keyword is in the title. That's where you want to take advantage of the keyword.
Yeah, I go for, people go for searchable. I don't go for search and nothing like that. I go for compelling. I mean, we tested this when we got back from Vid Summit, because all my videos up to Vid Summit were all searchable, like, how to fit a radio in your van, how to do this. So they were all searchable. And then when we got back from Vid Summit, I changed every single title on every single video from search to compelling, and then overnight, double the views.
Yeah,
literally overnight. You could see the views just going boom, and it was like, well, why? So I've literally just stuck with compelling, I'm not saying it will work for every channel, because every channel is different.
Yeah, every channel is different. It's not a one size fits all. And but there's no denying that YouTube is a search engine. Google is the #1 search engine. YouTube is the second largest search engine. And it wouldn't hurt to do a little bit of keyword research. And with TubeBuddy or any plugin, I mean, I use TubeBuddy and it's been phenomenal. Yeah. It's not that hard with some of these helpful.
I do have I have likes of Van Life and UK Van Life, and I have the main things that the channel is about. They're all in in the description and things like that. So yeah, there's massive keywords in there. But say title wise, I always go for compelling. And
you always go for what?
Compelling titles.
Compelling. Well, yeah, no, I mean, you don't. I don't think you want to. I don't think you want to just put a keyword in a title and just go for the keyword. You want to have a title that, at least for me, for my channel, it caters to the audience's wants, needs, challenges, and pain points. But you can compellingly craft a title that incorporates a keyword in there. And again, this is where analytics come in. If you look at your analytics, like you, for example, Neil, we both looked at my analytics. A lot of my videos were coming from YouTube search. External, not so much. YouTube search was a lot of my videos were coming from YouTube search. Like you said, every channel is different. If your channel is not, utilizing keywords and it doesn't really show that the analytics provide, a backup that keywords are essential, then you don't have to worry about that. Yeah, like you said, every channel is different.
So the SEO part, I mean, I used to spend, even on the crypto channel, I used to spend hours and hours and just painstakingly looking for the right title, the right things like that. And then now I don't do any of that. Christine just brought up a point there. That's one thing I religiously do with TubeBuddy is A/B test. I make two thumbnails and I'll A/B test them, and sometimes that's
something I need to do probably more. I don't really do a lot of the A/B testing with TubeBuddy. With TubeBuddy, I'm mostly doing keyword research.
You can be I was so
I need to try
surprised.
that more.
I was so surprised on some of the thumbnails, because we make thumbnails and we all make a thumbnail and go, oh, damn, that's good. And then you'll make another one for a comparison thumbnail just to go, okay, well, I'll throw this one up against it because I know that one's going to win anyway. And then you'll come to the end of the 14 days and the one that was an absolute load of rubbish has had 70% more clicks than the one you thought was amazing.
That's a great tool. It's almost like you can do that with Facebook ads. You can do testing on which ad, gets the creative leverage and stuff. So I love that TubeBuddy has added that. And yeah, that's something. And by the way, there's a link in the description if you're interested in signing up with TubeBuddy for free. TubeBuddy has been my go-to tool for growing on YouTube.
Yeah, I love the people around TubeBuddy, and and they're all
Phil and company.
They're just nice people. They're just friendly people. But say the A/B testing, it's caught me out a few times, and it really has. I've had to change thumbnails that, in my heart, I don't want to change this thumbnail, but do I want this video to be viewed more? Yes, I do. So change the thumbnail, and it's it's unbelievable.
And again, I would say, the most important thing, and Neil, you talked about this earlier, it's one thing to get them to click, but once you've got them to invest the time to click and the interest, what do you do with it then? It's all about what we were talking about earlier. You've got to create a compelling video that grabs their attention quick and delivers on the promise of your, like, we can craft compelling keywords, titles, thumbnails, descriptions, whatever. We could have the best, colors and design and have a professional do our thumbnails or whatever. But if we don't have a video that keeps their attention, a lot of people don't know this, Neil, that YouTube, one of the top metric for YouTube is watch time or even session time, which I don't want to get too deep into that because, that's not my super level of expertise. And so, but I do know that the algorithm favors and wants, and this is true of any platform, they want you to keep the end user on the platform the longest. And so crafting a video, once you win that click, if you don't have the video grab and ensnare your audience and keep them watching, that's where the algorithm gets in your way. At least what I've found.
I listened to the guy who actually developed or is one of the leading developers of the algorithm. He was on a podcast talking about the algorithm not so long ago. And he was talking about shares. The share,
like people sharing your video.
Share is the most powerful. If the YouTube algorithm sees your video being shared, right, it knows it's popular and will push it. That's what he was saying in the podcast. And it was, I'll send you the link. I can't even remember. I'll find the link to the podcast. And it was interesting listening to the, because they actually went through the whole, people say the algorithm's against them, and he was like, it can't be. It's a computer based, it learns. It doesn't hate it. It's
learning.
Not prejudice.
It's always learning.
It's just, it doesn't dislike anyone. It doesn't care who you are, where you're from. It just knows that if your videos are being watched and they're being shared out, it's popular. Let's push it.
And you can test this out too. Like, I know you've noticed this, Neil, when you start watching, like if I start watching videos on whatever, real estate, the next thing I know, when I go back to the homepage or when I log back into YouTube, why do I have 50 channels being recommended to me about buying a house, about, showing you know what I mean? Like that's the algorithm is always trying to figure out, okay, this person is interested in this. They clicked on this. Let's give them more of that. Right.
Because it's gotta be a marriage. Like you said before, you've got to be good with the, a lot of people can use the right, keywords and the right, phrases, and they can put the right titles in, and they can do the right thumbnails, but then they fail in the video.
Yeah. That's what I mean. You got to get the right, it's all about the quality of the video. If the video is not high quality and doesn't grab them in the first 10, 12 seconds, it's over.
Yeah. You can talk the sweet sensation, but are you a master in the bedroom?
And on that note,
it's like you can talk the talk, but can you walk it?
And you deliver. You got to back it up. All right, man. Well, hey, Neil, tell our audience where they can find you. I mean, we showed your channel, but tell our audience before we get out of here where they can find you.
Gauzy Lane, Litherland.
What's that? Say that again. Come again.
Where you can find me on YouTube. So I just thought you were calling in for a cup of tea. Hey,
I would love. By the way, when this thing's over, I'm there.
Yeah, if we're fine.
I don't know. My wife thinks that this is never going to be. There's going to be no such thing as going back to normal, but a new normal.
I'll say one thing about it.
Nothing's going to ever go back to the way it used to be.
The new normal I will enjoy because people will appreciate things more. They will appreciate.
I'm actually with you. I'm optimistic. About it.
Yeah.
I think, I've been doing this for 20 years as a professor. I've been being conscious of where I put my hands and washing my hands and being a little bit more cognizant of my surroundings. I actually think this is good for everybody.
Yeah. I'll send you a video later that will, I've sent it out to a few people, and it's about, I think it's a poem, and it's one of the most. It's regarding COVID-19, and it's a guy.
Yeah, send it to me.
And he goes on about, you know, what we were and what we are now. And it's just, it made me cry. It actually,
yeah.
I was welling up watching it. And I know
that's awesome.
there's other people in the chat.
It's okay for men to cry, ladies and gentlemen.
Mate, real men.
I cry all the time. I love it. I cry for fun. I think it's cathartic. It's healing. It really is.
I cry when I look at my bank balance while this thing is on. I know that much.
That's a different kind of crying. So you can find Neil at the Urban Explorer. Is that correct? Your YouTube channel?
Right there. The Urban Explorer.
There it is. There it is right there. The Urban Explorer. Go check it out. I'll leave a link to his video in the description. And hey, come back, Neil, after this and leave that poem in the comments down below, will you?
I will try while you're carrying on talking. I'll do a quick search now and see if I can find it.
Yeah, go find it. Okay, man. Well, hey, thank you so much for being here, brother.
My pleasure.
Okay.
Speak to you soon.
All right. Definitely. Hey, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for hanging out. It's been awesome seeing you again. I know I don't go live on my YouTube channel as much as I used to. And, you know, that's not because I don't love going live on YouTube. It's not for any other reason other than, you know, I've just been doing different projects and really paying attention to my analytics too. But if you want more of these, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you hit that smasher and make sure you leave some comments down below saying, hey, Nez, this was really awesome. Thank you so much for sharing this. I say it once, I'll say it again. If you want to build your brand in today's climate and you're not using video, I'm living proof that this stuff works. And you're not using video and you're not creating a YouTube channel. It's not about likes. It's not about subscribers. It's not about views. It's not about, you know, vanity metrics. It's about actually demonstrating how you can provide help, how you can solve your ideal customer avatar, AKA clients, customers, audiences, problems. That's the best way to brand. The best way to brand is through video, and YouTube is the #1 video platform. So if you're not taking advantage of this platform, I'm hoping to God, everybody starts from zero. Everybody starts with crap. And so you can go look at my first 50 videos on my channel and you will see it's absolute garbage. Everybody starts with nothing. It just takes that idea of, you know, not letting this dude get in the way, actually executing, being yourself, as Neil said, and trying to craft videos that serve, videos that actually, you know, embody who you are and actually show people that, wow, I can actually get a lot out of this. It's not just about the person doing the video, but actually this helps me. If it's helpful, if it provides value, you're going to win. I wish you guys nothing but the best. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Make sure you go check out other videos on my channel. We've got a whole playlist on LinkedIn branding, a whole playlist on mindset videos, a whole playlist on personal branding. We've got our podcast. I'm going to leave every single link to the playlist as well in the description down below. But thank you, thank you, thank you so much for being here. I really, really appreciate it. And we will see you guys next time. Thank you, y'all.